Welcome to a new episode of the new franchise, the Canton Bowl, or the Louisville Bowls. This is a relocation of the Baltimore Ravens, and we get ready to play our first game at Bull Field. It's time to rock and roll. I'll see you guys at halftime for a stat check.
It's Madden NFL 24, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Texans and the Bulls. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and the world-renowned city of Louisville, Kentucky. Today, it's the opener of the 2023 NFL season, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Bulls of Louisville. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season, and these two squads, they're going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April, or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So here are the Texans now with a fresh face at quarterback, the second overall pick from Ohio State, C.J. Stroud.
In only 2 seasons, Stroud showed all he needed to at Ohio State. All-American, Heisman finalist, program records galore. He looked every bit like the #1 overall pick. He went #2, but Houston is thrilled to have him.
A man coming off a great rookie year, it's Dameon Pierce. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Holding offense.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Opening play, and Stroud will throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schultz. That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Stroud. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team run the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
2nd down and 6 now. First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Play action. Here's Stroud. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. crowd now on 1st and 10. This will be caught by Brown. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 7. Back to the ground with Pierce. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
But you just knew that these rushers were eager to do that today. Put him on the ground. Their plan, introduce themselves individually to this rookie quarterback. They set a load a big way there with a loss of double-digit yards on that sack.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Bringing them out is one of the most exciting players in the NFL every season. A former MVP, it's Lamar Jackson.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry. So we're here in Louisville, and this is a city with a rich sporting tradition, but until now, of course, it's never had an NFL franchise. But that has all changed, and folks around here, they simply could not be happier or more excited. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run, and at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained. And, in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
7 yards there and a 1st down. To the right side, this is Edwards. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Now there's Will Anderson, the 3rd overall pick to bring him down. Now a 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this 1st half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. So we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't. I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different, and I really wanted the special teams coach to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about double 0, like Jim Otto used to wear, or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Here we go, here we go.
Now Stroud. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Fair catch called for and taken just inside the 10-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. And they'll begin by running the option. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback. And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first. Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Jackson setting up the screen here to Edwards. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. Off the option, here's Edwards. And coughed it up, and the Texans scoop it. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. He was trying to do anything. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at the review.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Jackson's going to try the sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
It seems like a short distance, but a yard in this situation, not easily done. So big compliments to the guys up front for creating some space, and especially the guy taking the snap and finding a spot, finding a sliver, an opening, and making it work.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10. And they run with Edwards off the option. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. Tucker's kick is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Now, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And Stroud now to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Stroud looking to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here's Louisville set to take over on offense. And their 2 drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting 6s on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator,
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
and this is one of the dangers of letting your quarterback run the football. Now, look, he goes through ball security drills just like a running back does, but most of the time the quarterback swings the ball away from his body, and in traffic, sometimes they forget to protect it.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Defense.
Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. They'll toss this to Pierce on the right side. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Patrick Queen in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This from 54 yards away. And this one is no good. He missed it. And the deficit will stay at 2 field goals. Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
On second down, here's Jackson. And this one's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown! Odell Beckham, 58 yards. And the Bulls' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback. And now out comes Houston. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they tell the offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And his throw here is incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. A shotgun snap to Stroud. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Set to punt. Here's Cameron Johnston. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Jackson. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. Oh, some strong running. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
So first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely, and from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Let's go now.
2nd and 3 from the 9. Stroud. His pass caught at the 4. And the Texans are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Here's Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Dalton Schultz as the first half is winding down. And the Texans are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 13-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we sit here at our EA studios in Orlando, here's Joe. Looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season. As we move right along to the second half.
It was going to be, 6-0. It was going to be the score of this game.
And we welcome you back.
And we finally got that big touchdown pass from Lamar Jackson. And it just clipped from there. By the way, Jackson, 4 of 12. We might have to stick to the run. He's got a passing touchdown, but he's also thrown a pick by trying to do too much. He is our leading rusher, 6 for 67, no touchdowns. As we said, our only touchdown went to Odell Beckham Jr. So, second half gets started.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. For this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. Jackson going to keep it running right. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, Most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And Jackson going to hold on to it again. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Stroud sets up the play action. That'll be pulled in downfield by Collins. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
Here we go.
They go again with Pierce. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Stroud off the play fake. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll run it out of the gun with Hill. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Edwards. 20! And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Gus Edwards taking it in from 7 yards away. And they are able to add on to their advantage. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback. Houston set to take over. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On second down, here's Pierce. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 57 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
First and 10, it's Pierce. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter. Now to change things up, Stroud will throw it. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. This offense so far on third down, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw, here's Stroud. Able to find the open man, that's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Stroud to throw it. Buying time to his left. And Stroud wisely slides down safely after picking up the first down. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. They run here with Singletary. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. A run for Pierce out of the gun. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Damian Pierce taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Texans have made it a 1-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Well, the Louisville offense back out now. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. On the return, it's King. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Play action. Here's Stroud. And this is going to be incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. So here's Louisville set to take over on offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those 1st downs, keep possession of the football.
The quarterback run good for 10 that time, but it does lead to a 3rd down. Play action. Now Jackson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. They sure went against conventional wisdom, calling a pass on 3rd and inches.
Had to be thinking to themselves, the defense is going to overcommit against the run. Should be an easy pitch and catch. Didn't turn out that way.
Jackson will keep it. And boy, that's going to be close. He didn't get much at all there, but he got the first. Looked like they might have held him defensively, but the referee signals it will be a 1st down. Prior to that, they were 2 for 2 on 4th down conversions in this ball game. Now 3 for 3.
And you've got to figure their luck's got to run out at some point, doesn't it? I will just tell you from a defense's point of view, someone has to step forward on 4th down and make a play himself because they're just letting it happen to him right now.
And I think the ball's out. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You don't want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 90 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Again on second down, it's Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's third down now. Now Stroud on the move, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. That escapes the sack, and it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll run here with Edwards. He gets this down to the 3. Brought the power run out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Edwards forcing his way into the end zone. He was not to be denied. It's a touchdown. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was polished off by the Gus Edwards touchdown run. And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback. So Stroud and the Texans down by 2 touchdowns. 1:40 remaining. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. Now Stroud. And that's complete to Brown. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Stroud. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Here's Stroud. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 1 timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it. That's caught again by Schultz. Here comes 2nd down at 5. Stroud will look to throw once more. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by wk1 Smith, and he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful.
Lamar will go down to a knee. We'll take a timeout, but we'll have to snap it 2 more times.
And then they fooled him by dropping into coverage.
Jackson to a knee.
Fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there.
Exactly
as you described, an interception.
Down.
And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down. Defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know what's really strange? I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like 1 time a week. The best teams I know, they practice starting back in OTAs. They want to visualize winning a game and how great that feels.
And Louisville has won their first game at home on Bull Field. The Bulls win 28-17.
Good to be back in
to
the booth with you,
14.
my friend.
Wasn't pretty, but man, it feels good to get a win. The Louisville Bulls win today. Clock is at double zero or triple zeros. 28-14 final score over the Houston Texans. Jackson 6 of 18, 125, a touchdown and a pick. Gus Edwards finally got a couple of rushing scores for us. 14 for 56 and 2 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson, 16 runs for 171 yards. Wow. Receiving, Odell Beckham Jr. with our only receiving touchdown today. So that's going to do it for us, for me, here. And I hope you guys enjoy this series. The Louisville Bulls win their first game.